Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this really big world of ours. I come here to report. I was sleeping. I was not going live. I was at Motor Goats Live. We had a good discussion, good panel. It was pretty dope. I enjoyed everybody. Um, a nice little tip over there. I forgot a whole person, but I was speaking about Lisa. If you don't know who Lisa is, she dates Rob. He is one of the drug addicts on Real and Right Cut, and they interviewed him about his life. And Lisa is his old lady, and he be giving her a lot of stress. And I like Lisa. She cool, she down to earth, but Rob be doing pretty disrespectful stuff. And it's rumored that he messed around with Caucasian men from time to time. And it's just really, you can't tell people who to love, who to be with. She got to do what she has to do. It's her journey in life. I'm not being judgmental about that, but I was judgmental because Lisa Gregory from Real Right Cut, that's the content creator, he had Robert in his car. And he called somebody or through a calling, well, no, not through a calling. He called one of Lisa's friends. What up, Cheryl? What up, Cheryl? What up, whoa? I'm a little low. I can't really help that, child. I don't know. You said I'm low. I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Alright, this gotta work, Cheryl. This is another headset, so it gotta work. You feel me? Cheryl, you hear me good? Hold on. I should have had my other phone with me so I can hear how I sound. So I know how I sound. Charges other places and shit. Oh, it's better? Okay, you can hear me. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. So, Lisa and Rob, they're a couple. So Lisa, Rob be doing disrespectful stuff to her, and she, personally to do what we allowed her to do. So, story has it that she met him on some social media site, and he was in a rehab. He moved in with her 4 days later, but he was something like, yeah, she a hoe. I moved in with her 4 days later, and she got two teenage sons. And Rob be doing the most outrageous, saying the most outlandish shit, and she got her children there. Like, this motherfucker don't even respect your children, but what do I want for someone who wasn't in their children's life because they were busy using drugs? And, I wasn't getting on her about that. Like, I like her, but it's still, her life is on display, so we're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? And I told her today. So anyway, she got it was a video Ghost had, and Ghost had Robert in the car. He goes, Rob, I could have told you on the phone, but I'd rather you hear it for yourself. So he calls one of Lisa's ex best friends, and she goes to talk about how she sent Ghost nudes of Lisa, and she got these nudes because Lisa sent them to her, but not on no lesbianic shit, no lesbianic shit. It was on some shit like she had was messing with this guy from Florida named T, and it was on some shit like, girl, look what I sent fucking T, and her friend held on to it and sent it to Ghost like a year later, saying this bitch be cheating on Rob, she not no good woman, and I'm just like, that is crazy. So I'm like to Lisa, girl, call the police on that bitch. That bitch is spreading porn, and she admitted it. She had it on her page, and she's on video admitting to that shit. So Lisa at first was like, nah, fuck them, I'm bigger and I'm better. And I'm like, yeah, that shit sound crazy. Fix her. because you really do. I know someone from, and anybody listening from the beef sector, y'all know who I'm talking about. I know somebody that fucked up and did some cyber shit close to that, and they got arrested, and they didn't do no time in jail, but they got arrested, and they had to go for a year of probation for doing like same shit to their ex girlfriend. That shit works. Use it. You know what I mean? That's how you fix a motherfucker. So Lisa had that going on, and we were talking about that in chat, but I was getting so outraged because Lisa was like, I'm grown and I could do what I want. Being grown has nothing to do with sending nudes to someone. I feel like at a certain stage and age of the game that we just don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, that's for the kids. That shit is inappropriate. I don't let guys send me penis pictures. You're not going to do that. You're not going to disrespect me. If we're intimate, you get to see it all the time. It's not like, and I said, it's not like a husband. He'd be like, hey, baby, go away. Hey, baby, this is what you're missing. It's the fact that it's some random, you know, and it would have made it worse for me was that Lisa, I didn't know Lisa was still married. So she's like, I'm married. I don't want to get married again. So you rather get someone get all the privileges of being married to you, i.e. Rob, than being actually married. I'm just trying to figure that you're going through all this shit like y'all got that. I mean, people say stuff and I'm just like, do you realize what you're saying? Um, So that's what I had a problem with, because she was like, I'm grown. Being grown has nothing to do with sending raggedy, trifling pictures. And I told her, listen, I'm going to talk about you later. I like you, so I'm not going to disrespect you, but I'm going to tell the truth. And so I was at Mo's talking about that. So one of Mo's supporters and stuff like that was like, you know, like, yeah, you dead wrong, you mad, self-righteous. Yeah, when it comes to shit like that, yeah, call it self-righteous. I guess. You're right. Go ahead. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I am. I just didn't understand that. And her two sons, her son's all in her 17, 18-year-old son's in a conversation about this shit. And she's talking to him, and this is what the problem is. There's no respect there. There's no boundaries as parent and child. And people be like, oh, my child don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, they are going to be affected. It's going to be a day and time that he's with a woman who's a good woman to him. And he's insecure. He doesn't know why he's insecure. And he's accusing her of these things. And he's accusing her of these things because it came out when he was 17, 18 years old that his mother was sending nude photos to some man while she was with this other guy that was living with her. You see how this goes? Like, come on, this shit does it. My kids don't care. They doing the same thing, but they're kids if they're doing the same thing. They're not adults that know better than to do some shit like that. I just don't understand what would possess someone to send a picture like that. Like, you're going to see them. Why are you doing that? Like, I just, you know, that's each its own, but I just think it's crazy. And for her homegirl to save those pictures to go ahead and show another man outside of Robert, that's wild. It'd be one thing if she sent it to Robert, she'd be like, oh, you trifling bitch. But to send it to Craig, and that's not even her man, that shit is crazy. And Lisa was like, I'll show you my body now. I'll show you. And I'm just like, Lisa, you gotta be embarrassed. I ain't embarrassed, but okay, and that's the problem. You should be embarrassed. Your son is all in your business like he's one of your good girlfriends. And Robert's in the house saying all types of wick whack, patty whack shit to you, and your nudes are floating around for everyone to see. That is a huge issue. That is a crazy issue. You know what I'm saying? She really, you think so? I don't know what Lisa's issue is. I'm not even trying to diagnose her. But what I do know is, like, that shit to me was crazy. And she was like, and I was getting so frustrated. She kept saying this shit. And I'm like, you have to be embarrassed. I would be utterly embarrassed. I would. Like, yo, first of all, I'm sending this to my homegirl. She's high-fiving me. Because I want to know what that conversation was like. Did you say, oh, you're wrong because you cheating on Rob? No, you didn't say that. You probably was laughing, saying, good. I hope it was good, girl. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was saying you want to try to expose her when you was high-fiving her. You're no better than Lisa if that's the case. But I don't think that Lisa's wrong for doing anything against Rob. She's wrong for being still a legally married woman and committing adultery against her husband. That's what the Bible say. People always want to talk about they're going to pray to God. Well, you're scratching him in his eyes. You're shacking up, fornicating, and you are still married too. So you're committing adultery. I just don't. God is going to help me. No, you're pretty much on your own with this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not one of those things that we're imperfect. This is a conscious decision Lisa is making. I have a homegirl. She's been separated from her husband more years than she's been married to him. One of my homegirls. She was married to she was with her husband maybe for 2 years, and they've been like literally like not together for like, what are we in 2026? They've been together maybe like they haven't been together for like maybe 24 years. Get a fucking divorce. Get a divorce. get a fucking divorce. But I'm not here to drag Lisa. That's the only part I didn't understand. So me and most chat, I got into a little tippy tappy with one of most supporters or whatever. And I drew black. She was like, nah, chill. So let me chill. But I wasn't trying to say, I don't think Lisa's a whore. I don't. I think she is a decent woman. I just think that she doesn't believe in herself and she allows Rob to disrupt her life and disrupt those children's life by uh by the things like allowing him to fucking just totally disrespect her. Like Rob should be holding his teeth in his mouth right now. I mean his hand. They shouldn't be in his mouth anymore. But like I said, it is what it is. Lisa's a good person. I just want her to be a good person to herself. You know what I'm saying? And really look at like, yo, please, Lisa, if you listening, press charges against that bitch. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? She thought this shit was funny, so you're gonna even laugh harder, knowing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Knowing she's gonna be charged with a crime. You know what I mean? Fuck what's wrong with people? I just don't understand how women would violate, like women are so quick to violate and disrespect another woman. Like, you know how hard it is being a female. So why would you do it knowing that it's hard to do it? Like, why would you further take part in exploiting another woman? Like, that shit is just crazy to me. That shit is just crazy. Like, I would never sit there and be like, oh, I'm mad at my homegirl. Because I remember Lisa's homegirl the other week. She was getting upset because she said she's going through things and Lisa don't be calling her, but Lisa be always on live. And she started getting an attitude. And she told me, no. I started talking about it. She said, no, I know Lisa in real life. This is supposed to be my best friend. And this is between us. But, girl, I see how far this went. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, why are you spazzing out? Listen, if you're calling her and she's saying that she's busy and she got issues and she knows she's not being a friend for your emotional, mental, and spiritual needs, cut her off. But yo, she did the ultimate shit. You acting like a scorned lover, mom. And why would you even? I would never save my friends' naked pictures in my phone. I don't even want them. My friends better not send me no naked pictures. Like that's just strange at all. Like why are y'all sending pussy pictures? She could have told her. Lisa could have told her, yeah, I sent them some pictures or whatever. Like, had that nigga open. Nah. You sent her the actual pictures. Like, what the fuck is going on? What in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood is fucking malfunctioning? Like, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it is what the fuck it is. Um, Lisa, so that was it. But I got a little tippy tat at Mo's chat. Ain't no hard feelings or whatever. Me and Mo's chat member, we was both rough with each other, popping our shit. They told me they'll come up to the panel and fuck me up. I said, you the dummy getting mad over somebody else's business. We both was, it was cool though. Everything settled down. We escalated the situation, both us, me on the panel and her people in the chat, and then we de-escalated it. We didn't need nobody to break us up. We got it. All right, Mo. Mo, we got it. That was cool though. It was cool though. Everybody came back like adults. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was just hold on. Let me fix my headphones. The craziest shit was I just came, but I came live about. I just left from watching Marcus interviewing Feisty, and Feisty was speaking of her mother Polo going over to Troy's. I will not be listening to fuck Troy, and what she was saying, and Marcus was like, yeah, I'm like that's weird, and what's wrong with her? And I'm like, Marcus, you do the most unthinkable shit. Yet you call everybody weird and strange. Do you know you are the true definition? Your picture should be plastered in everyone's dictionary of that. Like you can't be fucking serious. You are disgusting. You are weird. You are unusual. You don't make sense. You are manipulative. You are conniving. You are diabolical at times. Marcus, you are what you described. What do you mean? Why is she weird? Why isn't your mother weird to stay with a nigga that was sitting there fucking other bitches, taking you to the other bitches' houses, letting you play living while your father was breaking a bitch back down, and your mother sitting there at home. So what the fuck, you don't think that's strange? That's weird? That's unhealthy? Marcus just have a warped sense of thinking, and there is something mentally wrong with him, because no matter how much you try to explain to him and point out what's wrong, he just really can't see it. It's really sad. You just want to hit him back at his fucking head with a fucking coconut, pun intended. It's just like, I'm trying to figure this shit out. What up, Jeff? What up, Jeff? Jeff, I couldn't go to sleep. I just heard Marcus's video. I'm talking about it right now. So he's talking to Feisty, and he's talking about the mother, and he was like, yeah, no wonder why things turned out, because she partially raised you. And I said, Marcus, yo, how the fuck are your daughters gonna turn the fuck out? You gotta be kidding. Marcus, you have no room, no space. You have the audacity, the gall to fucking talk about anybody parenting. You are a raggedy motherfucker. You are not a parent. You are a sperm donor that provides shelter, food, and finances for other resources. Marcus, that's all you are. You are disgusted, and your father was disgusted too. It's just crazy and feisty. You ain't no motherfucking type of bitch. I don't give a fuck what your mother did. Tell Marcus, yo, don't talk about her. We gonna leave it like that. And then here's fucking tragedy. Word, yeah. Tragedy, you walked away from the fucking truth. You were a Jehovah Witness and you said, oh, they just believe their way is right. Well, nigga, you're on the street. Had you followed their way, you would have been housed. You would have been clean. You wouldn't have been, you won't be going to pillow to post, depending on another grown man to put you in a hotel room for shelter from the fucking heat. So they told you to do right and you wanted to do wrong. I'm trying to figure the fucking shit out, but you're sitting there being a puppet for Marcus. Getting punched in the fucking upside your fucking head like you need any more fucking brain damage because only someone young and you're young would want to be sleeping on the street and shit like that instead of going to school and getting a job and doing what young people do. You rather sleep in the street than in vandals. So you don't got no room to be talking about Miss Paula being rude and feisty. I mean weird and feisty. Get the fuck out of here. You sitting there talking about, yeah, that's wrong for people to talk about people's kids. Bitch, are you sick? Bitch, is your head there? Bitch, you gonna take care of your kid, but you want fucking you gonna fucking take up for Curious George over there? Yes, Marcus, your son does look like Curious George. Now you're gonna talk about we black? No, motherfucker. You said we were different. You make it a point to point out. I'm saying that you're Caribbean, Marcus. You make it a point that you're Caribbean, and you start talking in patois. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. No, we're black Americans. Your son look like Curious George. Your son look like Curious George. Your daughter, your oldest daughter, look like you too. She's very funny looking. She look like you were fucking brave. She's not ugly. So what? So don't talk about nobody's kids, no matter the age, man. Fuck that shit. You sit there and exploit and monopolize other people's children, like you said, regardless of age. Well, we're gonna go by your theory. Regardless of age, you shouldn't be fucking exploiting nobody's kid. Do it all fucked up, funky, foul shit that you would want your children to fucking do. And then you sit there and talk about your child in the same fucking breath that you talk about pornography and sexual exploitation. Are you fucking kidding me? But you want us to have respect for your children? We don't give a fuck, just like you don't give a fuck about your kids. Your kids ain't no more special than anybody else's child. What the fuck ever. Big do what we do. Feisty, you ain't shit. Yeah, Paula ain't shit. Your mother ain't shit. I agree with you on that. But don't let no another motherfucker come in the mix talking about anybody's mother when his mother sat there and probably got venereal diseases from his father sticking his dick in various women and bringing his children along to fucking with the sin, with the adultery. Get the fuck out of here. Look what the fuck your mother and your parents got. You and your brother are fucking products of what? How dare you talk about anybody's product when your product, when the product they made and the product you're making now, the product that you have made now, then everybody's gonna be fucked up. Marcus, you're carrying around generational curses. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? How dare you? Get the fuck out of here. Talking about women masculine. No, you want a motherfucking pushover like your fucking mammy. That woman up there, what's her name? Jesse James on Yarvo? Whatever. She talked to you how she need to talk to you. She talked to a nigga how she gotta talk to a nigga. So she gotta be an extra gruff to get, yeah, she gonna be extra gruff. You want them to be a fucking pushover like your fucking stupid ass baby mama, that homeless bitch that was selling twat when you met her, and fucking your mama and Kelsey. Ain't nobody going for them bullshit like that. You are what you are. Everything they say about you over there is true. Everything people say about you negatively, it's all true, Marcus. It's what you've shown us. You have no good points. Marcus is a good dude. No, the fuck he not. He not no good dude. He is a predator. And he preys on the fucking unhoused, mentally unstable individuals, the most traumatized. That's who he go after. Come on, I date regular women. Y'all don't know that. No, you don't, because you would brag. You brag about everything. You would brag about that. You don't date nobody regular. You date people that are fucked up, like your baby mother. And then you get on camera and disrespect the mother of your child, talking about you about to go over to the house because she cooked for you and you about to jump in some pussy. You are a dirty, disgusting dog. You have no respect for nobody. So no, we don't give a fuck about your family, and whoever dragged your your family, and who don't like it that's listening to me, fuck you. Because Marcus said fuck those kids and fuck his mama. That's what he told us by bringing them on camera and then doing some of the most lewdest, disgusting, most violent, lowest gutter snipe shit ever. Each and every time. It never fucking fails. Like I said in my prior live, we are trying to wait to see Marcus fail. We are watching Marcus. We ain't watching tragedy and them. We see what they're doing, but no, we're watching Marcus. Marcus is the social experiment. You talking about he's doing one? No, he is the social experiment. Fuck everything else. We're watching. Welcome to the Truman Show, like somebody else said. This is here. This is a grand stage. This is Marcus' world. That's right. Marcus got his own world, and we're waiting. We are anxiously waiting for his fucking downfall. You hear what I'm saying? You believe that what? That your generation curse? Yeah, yes, Cheryl. It's nothing but a generational curse. Absolutely. Yeah, because Rags does today look like a monkey, that baby, or whatever. People are like, you wrong, don't talk about no kids. Well, it is what it is. Marcus sat there and brought CJ's daughter on and exploited her in her picture. So his kids are special because of why? I can't stand that shit. And that's all I was saying to Troy. You let this motherfucker talk about your motherfucking wife or whatever, because when he said you're committing adultery, he's talking about your wife being a dummy and allowing you to get your dick sucked, because that's what he said. But yeah, when somebody said, Mama, we ain't gonna do that here. No. You can't defend your own. Just like Feisty went to defend Marcus' children, but she's not there to defend her own by acting like a decent human being, because the first line of defense is making sure you fucking carry yourself in an upstanding mode that your children can be proud. No, we're not perfect. We're going to slip up. We're going to make major mistakes, right? But why do you intentionally keep doing them? It's not a mistake. It's willful then. So how the fuck you don't care about your own children having trauma and fucking trust issues because of what the fuck you're filming every day, and have more consideration for fucking Marcus' child, Feisty, and Troy? How the fuck you don't have consideration by not, for Marcus' child, when you don't have no consideration for your wife by ripping Marcus' head off? True or untrue? His head needed to be cut the fuck off, virtually. This is crazy. Things that make you go home. I'm not going for that shit. No, not I, Septic. Not I. Not today, Willis. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people always tell me that I'm self-righteous. I'm not self-righteous. Opinionated, everyone's opinionated. But I feel like when you bring your shit out here, I think that we're allowed to come to whatever conclusion. And if we have a channel or we want to hit a panel, we have every right to speak on it. Like, so we're supposed to watch it and not have an opinion? Isn't that mindless behavior? That shit is crazy. So I just don't understand people. And then Lisa calls her homeboy, back to Lisa real quick. Lisa called her homeboy, I forgot his name. She was like, right, such and such. I said that. He was like, yeah, that's right, Lisa. This motherfucking, he sounds like Beam Me Up Scotty. That motherfucker was not present with us. He sound like, I said to Lisa, we ain't gonna take his word about nothing he's saying. He sound like he sound like you're on a combination of Prozac and fucking lithium. What? She's like, no, you just can't hear him well. No, we heard him loud and clear. He is like, where's Waldo? Where am I? Who am I? He sounded very much fucking confused. Very much confused. And then he's white on top of that. How do you have a white man to help you with a black man and your relationship? Like, what is up with these down south people? I find them to be very much white people friendly. And I'm not saying they're supposed to be prejudiced or whatever, because no, that's wrong. A person is a person, right? But they very much like white people over black people. I've noticed that about a lot of southern people, and it's like they saw strange fruit. They know what it is firsthand. Like, that's crazy. I just don't understand that. I find it very weird, but I'm intrigued by it. Like, what is the science behind them having a fondness for Caucasians the way they do? I mean, wow. You know what I'm saying? They really do. But Lisa, I'm like, Lisa, come on. He don't understand black love in my Remy Ma voice and Papoose voice. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, going back to Marcus. But Marcus is always talking about parents and people's parenting. He's just like crazy. But Feisty ain't got no loyalty to her mother, her womb, the products of what came out her womb. And Marcus don't have no respect for the motherfuckers that came out his testicles. Because if they did, they wouldn't be doing all of this. And tragedy, who gives a fuck about what tragedy have to say? This motherfucker don't know what the fuck he is. He don't know whether he coming or going. This shit is all a shit show. It's ridiculous. And on that note, I have to go to bed. You guys have a wonderful week ahead. And thank you for chilling with me, the replay crew. Thank you so much for coming through. Peace, y'all.